Most organizations locked down SharePoint provisioning to prevent sprawl. It didn't work. The sprawl just moved somewhere it can't be seen. Here's how it usually plays out. IT sees hundreds of sites with no naming consistency and abandoned projects scattered across the environment, so they do the reasonable thing. They require a request form, route it through approvals, and make sure every new site meets governance standards before it goes live. Then, a project team forms on Monday and needs a collaboration space by Wednesday. The provisioning process takes 2 weeks, so the team does what any reasonable group of people would do. They use a personal OneDrive account. They spin up a Teams channel without telling anyone. They share sensitive documents through external file sharing services. The sprawl doesn't stop. It just moves outside IT's line of sight. And that's actually worse, because now the organization doesn't have a governance problem. It has a shadow IT problem. Business data is flowing through channels that can't be monitored, can't be audited, and can't be protected. The decision to control provisioning created the exact security risk it was trying to prevent. So some organizations swing the other direction and open it up completely. Full self-service. Anyone can create whenever they need it. And they learn very quickly why it got locked down in the first place. Within months, the environment is back to hundreds of ungoverned sites with inconsistent permissions, no retention policies, and no lifecycle management. The sprawl returns, just faster this time. This is the cycle most organizations are stuck in. Tighten, loosen, tighten again. Each swing creates a different type of problem, and neither approach solves the underlying tension. Teams need speed, and IT needs control. Most organizations believe they've fixed this. They implement some version of self-service with guardrails, a portal where users can request a site, pick a template, and the request routes through a streamlined approval. It's faster than the old process and better than nothing, but it's still fundamentally the same model. There's still a human gatekeeper. There's still a delay between request and delivery. And when that delay hits a time-sensitive project, users route around it exactly the way they did before. The actual fix is different. Not self-service with faster approvals. Governance built into the request itself, so the user never encounters a governance decision at all. The system makes those decisions based on the user's answers to business questions. Here's what that looks like in practice. Instead of asking users to select retention policies, permission levels, and compliance classifications, the system asks business questions. What kind of project is this? Is it customer-facing or internal? What's the expected duration? Does it involve regulated data? Based on those answers, the system automatically applies the right template, the right permission model, the right retention schedule, and the right compliance tags. The user gets a fully configured collaboration space in minutes. IT gets a fully governed site that meets every organizational standard. No approval bottleneck, no shadow IT workaround. No trade-off between speed and control. That's the shift. The governance decisions don't disappear. They get embedded into the infrastructure so deeply that users don't even know they're happening. Here's what has to be true for that model to work. First, business context recognition. The system needs to understand that a customer project requires different governance than an internal initiative, and that a regulatory compliance effort needs different controls than a marketing campaign. Templates and policies map to business scenarios, not technical configurations. When the system understands context, it can make intelligent decisions without human intervention. Second, template-driven provisioning with embedded governance. Every template encodes organizational standards, not just site structure and document libraries, but retention schedules, permission models, external sharing restrictions, and compliance classifications. A new site built from a governed template is compliant from the moment it's created. There's nothing to configure, nothing to forget, and nothing for an auditor to question. Third, intelligent exception handling. Not everything fits a template, and the system needs to recognize when a request falls outside standard patterns and route those specific cases through human review while still processing routine requests automatically. The goal is human judgment applied where it's actually needed, not applied to everything because the system can't tell the difference. Fourth, lifecycle management from day one. Provisioning isn't just about creating sites, it's about what happens to them over time. Automated check-ins with site owners confirm ongoing business need. Usage monitoring flags inactive sites for review. Archival processes run on policy, not on someone remembering to clean up. Sites should be born with an expiration plan, not accumulate until someone notices the storage bill. That's the framework. The question most organizations ask next is, where to start, and the sequencing matters more than most people expect. Start with the highest volume, most standardized request type. For most organizations, that's internal project sites. Build the decision tree, configure the templates, and deploy automated provisioning for that single scenario. Prove it works. Measure the reduction in provisioning time, the elimination of shadow IT workarounds for that use case, and the governance compliance rate. Then expand. Add customer-facing project sites with their external sharing requirements. Add departmental collaboration spaces. Add regulatory compliance scenarios with their enhanced controls. Each expansion adds a new decision path and a new set of templates, but the model is the same. Business questions in, governed site out. The measure of success isn't how fast a site gets created. It's whether the people who used to route around IT have stopped because the official process is now faster and easier than the workaround. When shadow IT drops because the governed path is the path of least resistance, the actual problem is solved. After nearly 30 years of implementing Microsoft systems for mid to large enterprises in regulated industries, we've seen this cycle play out hundreds of times. The organizations that break out of it are the ones that stop treating speed and control as a trade-off. The full blog post with detailed implementation guidance and integration architecture is linked in the description. The right provisioning system doesn't choose between speed and governance. It eliminates the choice entirely.